It's the National Football League. It's week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Cincinnati Bengals.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. This defense for the Steelers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Now Burrow. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. You look at this Steeler defense. And they're a unit that struggled some against the run, no doubt, coming in 25th out of 32 teams.
Well, there wasn't anything wrong with them on that play, was there? Able to make a nice stop, held them to no gain. The key to their defense, though, is exactly what the defensive coordinator told you and I. They got to be consistent.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. That is into the hands of Tucker. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Buying time to his left. Burrow on his toes that time as they get the 1st down. Algier now up the middle, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7. And now they will throw it with Burrow. This is caught by Tucker. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, 26 yards. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Now it's Burrow. And he's got his man on the out route. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. Algier going straight ahead. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase with career touchdown number 70. And the Bengals are on the board first here this afternoon. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the fourth quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And when you watch him play, everything just looks like it comes so naturally to him. When he's dialed in and finds that zone, passes are crisp, he sees the field really well, and he takes charge as the leader of this offense.
First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. I check in on the numbers last week for Robinson. 20 carries, 82 yards.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football.
They run behind center with Gainwell. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Hand off now to Robinson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The Steelers at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. They'll run this one right with Robinson. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. Now 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun, Howard. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Battle. And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 6. Algier with another carry. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. Burrow will throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Keanu Benton able to use that strength to get him for a loss of 2.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Now it's Burrow. Rolling to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
And they'll get this down to the 10. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Here we go. Ready?
Burrow looking to pass. This will be caught at about the 6. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. On the give, it's Algier. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Trey Tucker, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bengals have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a Bengals score. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Straight ahead, it's Gainwell. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 51 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
Well, it's kind of fitting. A couple days ago when we met with him, I said, what is it about your running game that's so effective? He said, I like to tag myself as elusive. He was pretty elusive right there.
And his teammates appreciate that because they know they don't have to hold their blocks for very long. As one of them told us, if I just breathe some bad breath on the guy in front of me, that's all I need to do, and he's gone.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And now off to the races down the right side. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain, the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to move people.
Howard throwing on first down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage 1 play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there.
With his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have got it back to within a score. So his great start to the season continues. He found the end zone time after time in the opener last week, and he does it again here in week 2.
And Brandon, we have a lot of coaches sell us week to week that there is no momentum, there is no carryover. Every game is its own entity. But after what we saw him do last week and now punching one in here, I'm starting to think that there is a carryover, and he's feeling it.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here again comes Joe Burrow and the offense for the Bengals.
5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
On second, here's Algier.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. Going to throw right side here. Complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. First target, first catch, and a first down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do, because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone.
And that is caught. Boy, how about that one? He reeled it in one-handed for a touchdown.
A try here for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So that drive 7 plays in length.
And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field.
And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat, make sure he touches it a few times, but as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up?
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
Looking to throw. Howard. And the ball is knocked out, and the Bengals grab it. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
He's got his target. That's complete.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. And Burrow going to throw again. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, I could spin this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage, but when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
On 2nd down, here's Burrow. Looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown, Bengals.
So the numbers are starting to pile up here early on. We have yet to reach halftime, yet that is already now 4 touchdown passes.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Let's look at Kenneth Gainwell as this offense comes back out.
And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield and get the ball in his hands in open space. And just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with a run so far. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Operating from the gun, Howard.
A short one there to Freiermuth. And Freiermuth going to have a Steelers first down as he'll get this up past the 35-yard line.
2 yards, good enough for a first. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Howard going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
We've always got to remember that once the ball's in the air, the defender has every right to go after it than a receiver does. And that was a battle for positioning on that play. And in the end, he's able to force the incomplete pass.
2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here, because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock, because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Brian Robinson Jr.
A 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Steelers get a bit closer.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson.
Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. First down, here's Burrow. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw again. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. There's your co-NFL record holder, T.J. Watt, doing what he does best, terrorizing quarterbacks.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. They'll run for it with Algier. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. So we have come to halftime and what's already a 2-touchdown game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat, and it's the Browns who have the lead late in the first half. The Browns locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. From there, we head east to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And they currently trail in that game against the visiting Patriots. Jerry Jeudy, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore. Check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And it's the visiting Jets who have the lead in that one. Michael Wilson, a touchdown reception.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. And no run back here as the 3rd quarter will commence with a touchback. The Steeler offense now with the football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Second half begins with a run by Robinson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And here's a handoff to Gainwell. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 59 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Robinson up the middle. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. On the handoff, Gainwell. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
And they'll stay on the ground with Gainwell again. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. The 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
But partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
On the give, here's Robinson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. From the 46, here's second down and 7. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. A short one there to Freiermuth. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 32-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. A give left side to Robinson. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
This is second and 8. Operating from the gun, Howard. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Second and 1 from the 2. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. With his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Steelers are back within a score. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the second time in the ball game.
And, Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. But he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
So the incompletion, and now it's second and 10, again from the 25-yard line. They'll set up to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's first and 10. They'll look to throw. And he's He's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Now a handoff to Algier. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Algier now up the middle. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. Algier is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Algier again. But he will not get to the goal line. In fact, he won't get to the line of scrimmage as they push him back to the 2. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. They'll try to run with Algier. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
It's interesting where we are in the game now. The analytics folks, they might tell you to kick the field goal and make it a 2-score game. But you have to wonder if emotionally they're thinking, let's go for the touchdown and try and slam the door.
4th down, so Zach Taylor sends out the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone. And now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage. And, again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter. Here's Howard throwing to start the drive. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the 2nd half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
The Bengals offense returns to the field. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down. They'll look to throw here. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Burrow.
Dumps this one off to Algier.
And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the 1st down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
They start the drive here with Gainwell.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
The ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2. Robinson, he'll try the left side.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
95 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Now Howard on 1st and 10. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 36. Looking to throw. Howard.
A quick target here, complete to Metcalf.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
They run behind center with Gainwell. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Second down and 6 now. Back to throw. Howard. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the...
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Steelers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. And those 3 rushing touchdown games in this league, you know darn well, those are hard to come by. They're becoming even harder to come by as the years go by, aren't they?
Isn't that the truth? It doesn't matter what you do in terms of game planning. You may be a run-first team, but you're running against an NFL defense. That's some of the biggest, fastest, best athletes on the planet. Hard to do. Cherish that moment, even as he's eager to add to that total.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. So from the 37, here's 2nd and a yard. Now back to throw. Quick throw there is incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They bring pressure there on 3rd down, but this is a nice job of picking it up and making sure their guy has time to deliver the football. And they wind up getting the first down.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And now they are knocking on the door inside Pittsburgh's 10. A big play there for Cincinnati. 47 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. He'll look to throw. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Trey Tucker, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals are on their way to a 2-0 start. Burrow's going to look to throw for it. Now he's flushed out left. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field.
He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. A good start there on this fourth quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. There's still time, all right? It's not like, they're totally out of it, but they have to score quickly, and they're going to need some big-time plays, chunk plays, explosive plays. They need yardage on each snap.
Howard now looking to throw on second down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. To throw is Howard on first down.
Oh, Metcalf, what a catch.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 11 more on that one and another first down.
And here, down 2 scores, you've still got some time, but you've got to start thinking about preserving the clock when you can. And that's a nice job to secure the football, pick up the first down, and get out of bounds.
Howard throwing on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, this defense has to feel good because they've now brought down one of the faster quarterbacks in the game multiple times. That defensive unit, they're letting us all know they get paid too. They're no slouches themselves.
Here's Howard to throw on second down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
What a sequence there defensively. You get the sack to move him to third and long. Then here, just nothing available. And he's got to throw it away.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Howard. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. From the 29, here's 2nd down at a yard.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that'll be incomplete. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on third down conversions. They need a yard here. Back to throw. Howard. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. The Bengals drive about to get going. A real chance for them to salt this game away after that turnover on downs, holding a 2-score lead in the fourth quarter. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. From the 31, here's 2nd down and 8. Algier with another carry. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And this offense on 3rd down today, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. That is caught and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he will have a Bengals first down. And it's celebration time on that sideline. And they've earned it.
The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation.
Here we go.
Burrow down to a knee, and that should be the final act of this one.
Well, Brandon, they're getting to 2-0, and this time they're able to take a knee at the end and secure the victory.
Preseason, coach said their goal, they obviously want to win everything. He said, I think we can get off to a 3-0 start. Well, here they are looking at 2-0 right now. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.